If you have a sneaking suspicion that you're not being paid what you're worth at work, this video is absolutely, probably going to confirm what you already know deep down, and more importantly, show you what exactly to do about it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through clear signs that you're probably being underpaid in your career. I'm going to share the real cost of accepting less than you deserve at work and give you a practical framework to help you start changing the situation so that you can start getting paid more. Plus, in this video, I actually share a story of a client who was able to increase her salary by 25K with just one conversation. By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly how much you should be earning and have concrete steps that you can take to make it happen. If you're new here, hi, and if you're a regular viewer, welcome back. I am Dr. Tega. I'm a faith-based career coach who helps professional women leave draining, soul-sucking jobs and land higher paying, more fulfilling careers. After leaving my own unfulfilling career path where I was miserable and doing fulfilling work over the past decade, I am now on a mission to help many more women experience the joy, the satisfaction, and the confidence that comes with doing work that is aligned with the gifts that God has given you. Let's get into today's video. Okay, so let's talk about money. I want you to first start by imagining this with me. You're sitting at your desk, whether at work or at home, you're scrolling through LinkedIn, and you see a job posting for a role that's very similar to yours. And the salary range kind of makes you feel a little bit sick. Why? Because it's like 15 to 20K more than what you're currently making. Or maybe you're at a networking event and somehow the conversation turns to money or compensation, and you realize that people with your same level of experience and responsibility are earning significantly more than you are. So you start getting that uncomfortable mix of both anger and embarrassment. Like you're angry because you've been working super hard and given your best to your company, and you feel kind of embarrassed because you wonder now if everybody knows that you're being underpaid except you. Is that sounding familiar? Well, let me get even clearer and share with you some very specific signs that you are not being paid what you're worth at work right now. Okay. So the first is that you haven't received a meaningful raise in over 2 years. I said meaningful. Look, eggs are $1 million right now. So getting those cost of living increases of 2 to 3% do not count as a real raise. If your salary hasn't grown by at least 5 to 10% in the last couple of years, you're likely falling behind market rate. Second, you're doing work that is way above your level. So you are training new employees, you're leading projects, you're making decisions that affect the bottom line for the company, but your title and pay don't actually reflect these responsibilities. You're essentially doing a senior role for junior pay. Third, you avoid salary conversations because you think that you know the outcome. So think about when like performance review time comes, you feel like you already know they're going to give you some BS excuse about budget constraints, or they're going to say maybe next time. So you've just stopped even asking for more money because in your head, you already know they're going to say no. A fourth sign that you're being underpaid is that when you research salaries for roles like yours, you're consistently seeing higher numbers. So whether you're on Glassdoor, PayScale, or even industry reports, the market data is showing that you should be earning more money. And fifth, new hires at your company are starting at salaries that are close to or higher than yours. And this is especially frustrating when you have years of experience under your belt, you have institutional knowledge, but someone fresh out of college is making nearly what you make. I mean, what's up with that? And then the final sign that you're probably being underpaid is that you feel financially stuck despite working hard. So you're putting in the hours, you're delivering results, you're exceeding expectations, but your financial situation isn't improving. You legit feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck. You can't save more. You can't make major purchases. You feel like you're one emergency away from being absolutely broke and being out on the streets. If any of those signs are resonating with you and they sound familiar, you, my friend, are very likely being underpaid at work. And here's what I think most people don't realize. Being underpaid isn't just about your salary for this year. It is about the compound effect on your entire financial future. So let me break down what I mean by that. When you accept lower pay, it actually costs you in the long term, because I don't think a lot of people calculate the real numbers, right? You might think, oh, I'm just getting paid less for this year. But if you're being underpaid by just $10,000 this year, That's not 10K, that's 50K. Think about it. If you stay in that underpaid position for the next 5 years, you're losing that 10K every single year. So over 5 years, that's 50K in lost income. But it's actually even worser than that. And yes, I said worser. I have a PhD. I can make up words because here's what I want you to think. Salary increases are typically percentage based. So if you're starting from a lower base salary, your future raises will also be lower. So let's say you get a 3% increase every year. If you're making 50K instead of the 10K you should be making, your 3% raise then turns out to be 1,500 instead of 1,800. That's a $300 difference that's going to compound year after year. Plus, when you eventually change jobs, your new job is usually, it shouldn't be, but usually is based on your current salary. So that 10K gap that you started with is going to keep following you throughout your career, and it grows bigger and bigger with each job change and each percentage-based increase that you get. So over 10 years, we're talking about well over $150,000 in lost income when you factor in these compounding effects. So it's more than just this year. But honestly, it's not just about the money you're not earning. Being underpaid affects your entire financial trajectory. It impacts your ability to build an emergency fund to keep you going, to save for major goals like home ownership or even your children's education. It impacts your ability to invest for retirement, to have financial flexibility to make career moves, to feel secure and confident about your financial future, and honestly, to even just take the occasional vacation. Like beyond the financial impact, being underpaid even impacts your confidence and your self-worth. Because when you know that you're not being fairly compensated, it is so hard to show up with the confidence and authority that you want to. You start to internalize the message that maybe you're not as valuable as you thought. Like I have seen women actually turn down great opportunities, avoid networking, and shrink themselves professionally because being underpaid made them question their worth. So that being said, what do you do if you have identified that you're being underpaid? Well, here's exactly how I help my clients make more money. Step one is to document your market value with concrete data. So don't just look at one salary website. I want you to gather data from multiple sources. Some options are Glassdoor, PayScale, LinkedIn, Salary Insights, and even just reports for your specific industry. And if possible, talk to people in similar roles. You want to have a range that you can confidently stand behind. But here's the key. Don't just look at the title when you're doing your research. Look at the actual responsibilities. Look at the years of experience, the education level, even the geographic location, because you want to make sure that you're comparing apples to apples when you're gathering your data. Step two is to take inventory of your value add. Pause and just make a list of everything that you have accomplished in your current role that goes beyond just your basic job description. So have you saved the company money through improving processes in the organization? Have you increased revenue or productivity in ways that are really measurable? Have you taken on additional responsibilities without getting the additional compensation? Have you trained other employees or mentored team members? Have you led successful projects or initiatives? Put dollar amounts to all these significant contributions wherever possible, because I promise you they're making your company money. So if you've streamlined a process that saves 5 hours a week, calculate what that's worth in salary costs if somebody was actually doing that job. Now, if you're finding this video helpful so far, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. Hitting the thumbs up button lets YouTube know that this video is worth sharing with more people who need to hear this information. And subscribing means that you never miss a future video from me, and candidly, it also helps this channel grow. Thank you. Now let's keep going to step 3, which is to determine your negotiation strategy. So at this point, you have 2 options here. Negotiate in your current role, or you can leverage your research to find a role that pays market rate. Now, my preference is always going to be research to find a different role, because girl, if a company is already underpaying you and playing in your face, they have essentially already shown you that they don't value you, and it's time for you to go. Okay, it's time. But I know that not everybody might like that approach. So for your current role, if you want to stay and negotiate there, start by scheduling a formal meeting with your manager. Now, don't bring this up casually or in passing. You actually want to come correct. Come prepared with your market research, your value statements. Present it as a business case for the organization, not a personal request. Because let's be real, they don't care about your personal needs. They don't care about your emotions. They don't care that your bills are going up. They care about how you're going to make them more money. And that's fair because the company's job is to care about its bottom line. Now, if you decide to go for a new role, use market research to set your salary expectations, apply to jobs in that range, and negotiate from a position of knowledge and confidence with your value statements. And then step 4 is to use the clear negotiation method to ask for more money. So this is something I actually teach extensively and exclusively. So you're getting inside information right now in my job search and career coaching program, Find Your Fulfilling Career. But I'm going to give you an overview of what the clear negotiation method is. C is to clarify your priorities. So define what matters most to you beyond just the salary. So think about things like benefits, flexibility, growth opportunities, and things like that. L is to leverage your value proposition. So identify and communicate the specific value you bring that justifies higher compensation. Think of the list you made in step 2. E is to establish your salary range. So use market research to set a realistic 20K range with your ideal acceptable number, your minimum salary, and your walkaway number. You should already have this from doing step 1 where I told you to do research. And then A is to articulate your negotiation strategy. So plan exactly what you'll say, when you'll say it, and how you're going to handle different responses that might come your way. And R, the final step, is to reach a win-win agreement. So focus on creating an outcome that benefits both you and the employer. So it's not just about getting the highest number possible. It's about building and maintaining the relationship while you get the highest number possible. When you use the CLAIR method, you will absolutely get paid more money, guaranteed. My clients have used this process many times to increase job offers and salaries at their existing job. So those are the 4 steps you can take to start getting paid a salary that matches the amount of work you're doing right now. Document your market value with concrete data. Take inventory of your value add to the organization. Determine your negotiation strategy and use the CLAIR negotiation method. I have used this strategy in my own career multiple times, and so have my clients. In fact, I once had a client who was making about $65K in a marketing role, but her research showed that she should actually be earning between $80,000 and $90,000. And she was terrified to negotiate because she said she didn't want to seem like she was greedy or risk her job. So inside my coaching program, Find Your Fulfilling Career, we actually worked together to prepare her case. We created a list of how her campaigns had increased lead generation by about 40% for the organization, how she had taken on social media management without getting paid extra. And when she got a job offer, she used the CLAIR method to negotiate the offer. She ended up increasing her offer from $75,000 to $90,000, and that was a 25K increase in her salary overall. That money is going to keep compounding over her entire career. More importantly, at least I think more importantly, she gained a lot more confidence to advocate for herself professionally. Like, this is just one example of the kind of transformation that can happen for you inside my program, FYFC, where I teach women the complete system for landing higher paying roles, negotiating salaries they deserve. Now, I know that there's a small part of you that might be saying, but Dr. Tega, what if I ask for more money and they say no? Or what if they think I'm ungrateful or difficult? And look, companies actually expect employees to advocate for their compensation. Like, research has shown this consistently. They expect you to negotiate. If you don't negotiate, if you don't ask, they will assume that you're satisfied with what you're getting. Like, most managers respect employees who come prepared with data and a professional presentation of their value. And the worst they can say is not right now, but at least you would have planted the seed for future conversations about your salary and your pay. And if they respond negatively to a well-researched and professionally presented request for fair compensation, honestly, that tells you something important about the company culture and how much, or really how little, they value you. But here's what I have learned from helping hundreds of women with negotiating higher compensation. When you approach salary conversations strategically and professionally, the success rate is much higher than most people expect. You are more likely to get a yes than a no. The bigger risk here isn't asking for what you're worth. It's actually accepting less than you deserve for years and years and letting it compound into hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost income and lost confidence. So if you are ready to stop accepting less money than you're worth in your career and start getting paid for the value that you bring to the table, I want to invite you to check out my job search and career coaching program, Find Your Fulfilling Career. Inside FYFC, I teach you the complete clear negotiation method along with everything else that you need to land higher paying roles that you will actually enjoy and find fulfilling. Inside my program, you get step-by-step guidance and personalized coaching on researching your market value, documenting your contributions, and even having confident salary conversations. Like I actually give you the scripts for what to say in those conversations. You learn my proven job search strategies to find opportunities that pay what you deserve. Plus, you get ongoing personalized coaching support to navigate negotiations in real time, just like my client did. My clients are consistently increasing their salaries by 15, 25, even 50K when they land new roles using the strategies that I teach in FYFC. You can learn more about my program, Find Your Fulfilling Career, at findyourfulfillingcareer.com, or you can just click that link in the description below. And ultimately, here's what I want you to remember from this video. Being underpaid is not just about this year's paycheck. It is about your financial future. It is about your professional confidence and your ability to live the dream life that you want. You have valuable skills and experience that deserves fair compensation. Stop letting these companies play in your face. And remember that every month that you stay underpaid is money that you absolutely cannot get back. So if this video opened your eyes to how much you're being underpaid or how much being underpaid might be costing you, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons below so that you don't miss future videos from me where I help you navigate your career. And comment below to let me know what surprised you the most in this video. Let's get the conversation going. Thank you for watching this video. Now, once you hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons, don't click away. There's another video popping up on the screen right now. Stick around and watch that next video because it's also going to help you grow in your career.